Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tech Tuesdays. This episode, we're going to be discussing the musical functions down here at the bottom. It's something I completely forgot about, but I realized that it's something that we haven't done. So, let's get into it. Stop. And we did the intro music correctly this time. So, alright, so obviously we're down here in musical functions. It's basically the last part of this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I'm trying not to keep these so long. I did like a trial run, a trial run. Like I tried to go through all these and it ended up being like 13 minutes, and I don't want for you guys to sit here for that long. So I'm only gonna do the first half, and I'm gonna do the second half next week. So let's get into it. So first of all, we got delete notes, which is pretty relatively simplistic. It just deletes the notes. So say you want to delete notes shorter than 1 second and 17 milliseconds, I guess, or whatever that is. You can do that, and it'll get rid of notes that are that short. So you see, it got rid of all those these things. So it got rid of those. So that's what that is. You can also delete double notes, which I believe is like when you make like a mistake and you want to get rid of them and you make like a bunch of them, I guess. Personally, I find it easier just to go in and delete them here like that, but some people I guess prefer it otherwise, or it just gives you the option. So next is transpose. Transpose is pretty straightforward, same as everywhere else. You can add or subtract an octave or one to do and all of that. It's basically the same as I'll cancel it here as this one, but it adds the actual notes instead of the entire thing. So you can choose how much you want to do. Especially good for if you want to break this up. You have like one section that you want to fix and you don't want to go through and fix it, I guess normally, or have to edit it here. Then you can edit it there and it won't have to show up anywhere else, basically. So say you want to transpose up one octave here, and then you can transpose up one here, and it'll see. So that's what it's really good for. So it's basically transpose in here rather than out here, if that makes sense. So I'll just keep it solo since we're not going to need the rest of it. Apply scale, basically it depends on your key, so it'll just do whatever key you're in. So say you need a G sharp minor scale, then you can do that. I'll undo a key signature. So that's what apply scale is. And then freeze pitch is literally just freezes the pitch. So I guess if you're editing other stuff and you don't want for either of these to apply, then it'll just freeze it. So that's all the pitch stuff. And then velocity, we already talked about velocity down here, but this is just another way to do it. So you can go into here and say you want to add 100% velocity, you want to multiply it by 2 or something, then you can do that. And now I'll change the velocity, so we'll just change it, set it to add 100%, and you see it'll make it super abrasive and stuff. So it's basically the same as down here. Like I said, I prefer to do stuff down here or up here, but it's another way to do it. So freeze velocity, just freeze the velocity, and then restore is if you do this and then you absolutely hate it, you can go under and restore. But obviously I just use undo as I continuously do throughout this tutorial. So that's velocity. So last section we're going to do for today, like I said, I want to keep this really short, is quantize. We already know that quantize just sets the notes so that they're perfectly in time. So personally, well, we'll get into what I usually do, which is quantize 50%, which quantizes it by half. So if you have like something where you don't want it to be completely right, then you can quantize it 50%, and it will be more similar to what you played rather than what would be perfect. Which also ties into Humanize as well. Quantized notes is the same thing, except for it's more in-depth as to what you want to quantize. And also how they break up the quantization. So if you have like a super complicated melody and you don't want it to ruin it by turning it into 16th notes all the way through, instead of like 30-second notes, then you can go in and you can do it yourself. And then freeze quantize just keeps it from doing all that. You see, it's just freeze quantize. You can't even tell what it does. And then next is Humanize, which is really interesting. So it'll literally humanize the sound. So say it'll change the velocity. So say you want a 50% velocity range, and add no start range. We're just going to put it all the way. And you see it'll change up how it does it so that it's more human, as well as a machine can do human. So go figure. You see it'll make it. You see it's also doing slight variations in the velocity. So I think it's because it's less obvious. What is this? Oh, this was from my previous video recording. I did one before this where I just tried to go through everything, like I said, and it didn't work, and I found this really pretty part. But we'll get into that, I guess, next video. So Humanize, restore timing, just restores the timing. So if you absolutely hate the humanization and you don't want to edit up there, then you can And down here, then quantize end just quantize is the end instead of the beginning. So say you play a note too long, or you play it off, then you can quantize the ends instead of the beginnings, basically. So you see when I undo, it moves everything back to where it originally was. So it's basically a quantization for when you end the notes rather than begin. So that's pretty much this half. Like I said, I'm not going to do the other half because I want to keep these relatively short. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Oh. There we go. Alright, I'll see you guys later.